one of the time-saving features that K9 offers is an automated cost of goods sold procedures. If you selected a perpetual cost of goods sold during the implementation setup, you'll get some different accounts set up than normally. So if you look at our general ledger, for instance, chart of accounts, I'll have an account of it over here for unbilled shipments and unbilled transactions, or unbilled purchase and unbilled shipments rather. These two accounts are only created when you choose the perpetual cost of goods sold methodology. Additionally, some of these items in here in our journal entry patterns will only exist if you chose that pattern as well. So for instance, on purchase receiving, you'll see that it hits this unbilled purchase, whereas if you have the standard cost of goods sold program, you won't have this transaction occurring. So basically what this will do is it'll create a rolling cost of goods sold for your products. If you go into your inventory and you pull up a catalog item over here, we'll have over here in the financial our landed cost. So part of the cost of goods sold procedure is updating that landed cost with the most relevant information. The other things it'll do is create journal entries for certain transactions. So just for example, if I purchase something from my vendor on Monday, and I sold it to my customer on Tuesday. Let's say I bought it for $5. I sold it for $10. On paper, I doubled my money, and life is good. The reality is maybe a few days later, I get the inbound freight for that product, which was another $2. So in most cases, what will happen is you'll create that $2 expense into an overhead account, manual process, of course, and then at the end of the month, you try to reconcile those costs of goods sold with what really happened. So what K9 will do when you run a cost of goods sold procedure is it'll create adjusting journal entries for the date of sale to accommodate the new cost considerations and give you a reflected cost of goods sold that is a bit more accurate. So most of these transactions occur behind the scenes and you don't have to touch it. But for certain transactions, just to get an updated number, you can update the cost of goods sold manually. It's under financial, cash management, and update cost of goods sold. And you have a few options over here. So first of all, here's of course today's date, and this is a read only because it is a cumulative number. You can choose from what fiscal period to run this in. In this case, I can do just 1 year. Now, you have a couple of options over here. One is to preview the cost of goods sold, and this will tell you the adjustments that it's going to create when you finalize the procedure. Running the actual update cost of goods sold here, we'll go ahead and create journal entries for those amounts, and I'll tell you the journal entries that are created over here. So again, this is a nice way to really keep on top of your numbers with very minimal work. Again, as usual, if you have any questions, feel free to contact your implementer.